place, down 5.2 this week, 23.6 pounds total, 10.5%, Melissa. Listen, where can you go and lose 23.6 pounds in 12 weeks and still come in last?
That's what I'd like to freaking know. My husband was like, there's no way you're in last place. I was like, I bet you the F I am. I lost over 20 pounds. I'm in last effing place. That's crazy. That says a lot about these strong, badass girls in this group. I'll leave it at that.
How close are we to Wonderland?
I was 201 exactly.
In 9th place, down 3.7 this week, a total of 27.4, 11.47%. Sarah, 9th place. In 8th place, down 2.8 this week, 21.8 total, 11.6%, Jen Ratchford. In 7th place, down 0.2 this week, 22.7 total, 11.99%, Paula. In 6th place, down 5 pounds this week, 26.4, 12.5% of your body gone, Janine. In 5th place, down 1.7 this week, a total of 27 pounds, 13.06%, Jennifer Strickland. In 4th place, down 3.4 pounds this week, still losing like a mad woman, a total of 21.2 pounds, 14.34%, Kayla. Kayla in the 120s and still dropping 3.4 pounds in a week, like whatever. In 3rd place, dropping a whopping 6.6 pounds last week, like whatever, a total of 37.8 pounds, 14.7%, Aisha. 3rd place, good job. In 2nd place, again, still dropping, almost at her goal, like dropping 2.4 pounds last week, 20.6 total, 15.99%, Crystal. 2nd place, girl. I don't think anyone saw that coming when we first started, that the smallest girl in the group was going to be in 2nd place, losing more than 20 pounds in 12 weeks. I freaking love it. And in 1st place, season 4's winner of the biggest transformation, losing 3.1 this week, a grand total of 65.4 pounds, Kristen. Kristen Teeter, girl, you are season 4, the biggest transformation winner. Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for all of your support. That's such a huge thing. I really, like you were talking about in the beginning of the meeting 16 weeks ago, I had no idea that this is what was going to happen.
So amazing. And you know what I love is you got the lead and you kept going. You didn't get comfortable. You kept wide, even when you got the lead, you kept widening it. You kept pushing more. You didn't sink in and go, I'm in 1st place. I told my husband, I'm like, I don't know if her goal is to see how much she can lengthen the lead at this point or what, because you were like 5% ahead. And it just blew me away that you could continue to go at that effort it was just amazing job. Amazing job, Kristen. So freaking proud of you. In total this week, you guys lost 34.1 pounds for a grand total in 12 weeks, 297.8 pounds. 297.8 pounds. Which if we average that out, it's 24.8 pounds per week. An average of 2.5 pounds per person per week is what you guys averaged. Not working out all day, not starving yourself, eating real food, doing something that you can do for the rest of your life. Like, freaking love it. And so as we, because for you, for most of you, this is just the beginning. This is the biggest transformation, right? And so it's about finishing the transformation. And we are just getting started. In fact, these first 12 weeks were just your warm up. This is where we just started building momentum. And now is where we get to have some fun. And so we're about to roll into these second 12 weeks. And this is where we really start. See, these first 12 weeks, we were laying a foundation of the plan. What does the program look like? And we put a lot of emphasis on what to eat, when to work out, how to fit in the meals around life, how to make life fit into your goals, how to deal and interact with the people that are in our lives, how to deal and interact with the person that's always talking to us right in here. And for a lot of us, we got a glimpse of how strong we really are, how capable we really are, how much of life we literally were missing out on. Because when we allow this fluff to consume our lives, which is what it does, even when we think it doesn't, we end up missing out on life. And so for you guys, it's these next 12 weeks are about embracing the person you're becoming. It's about really starting to lean in to this brand new person that you're becoming. Because to do something, we just went through how long it's been since you guys have been at these weights. And for some of you, it's been a couple years. For some of you, it's been a couple decades. Make no mistake, you are becoming a different person. All the same pieces, but they're being put back together differently. Listen, when somebody says you've changed, that's not an insult. That is a compliment. Because to become somebody you've never been, to get someplace you've never been, you have to do something you've never done. You have to become someone you've never been. So along this journey, if somebody says, wow, you've really changed, thank you. I have. I'm glad you've noticed. Because in order to get to where we want to go, in order to get a change, we've got to make a change. And it's really about, have you ever had a toxic relationship in your life? Has anybody ever had a toxic relationship in their life? Like somebody in your life that drags you down, like somebody you probably shouldn't be hanging out with, but we do it anyway. Somebody we know that's a Debbie Downer. They're not living, like they're not a good influence. For most of us, that's who we were. Especially with our health, right? Like we were toxic when it comes to our health. I was morbidly obese. I was really toxic to myself. Like I was not setting myself up to live a good life. And so it's about starting to distance ourselves from the person we were, being able to let go of her. And it doesn't mean she's a bad person. But what we have to ask ourselves is this how I want to live out the rest of my life? Or do I really want the rest of my life to be the best of my life? Do I really want this next chapter to be better than all the ones that have come before? And gosh, think about it. Some of us have had some pretty amazing chapters. But on the path you're on, you're building a bigger, better, bolder version of yourself. That's setting yourself up truly. And I know this phrase, it sounds so cliche, but I'm telling you, for most people, the rest of their life is not the best of their life. That's the truth. The rest of their life is painful. They have no energy. They're getting bad knees, bad backs, no energy. Self-medicating, the highlight of their freaking life is sitting down, watching a movie, shoving their pie hole on a Saturday night, falling asleep in a food coma, shopping in the plus size section, wearing a cover up on the beach, not fitting in roller coasters, not having the energy to go hiking with their kids, to rumble on the floor, to get them in an arm bar and a choke. or whatever you do with your kids. That's what we do. Whatever, to whatever it is that you guys do, right? But to be able to have the energy to do that, to be able to have the energy to do whatever it is you want to do, not what you can do. And so it really is about continuing to cross over, because we've started the process. We've started the process, but you didn't come this far to only come this far. And this next 12 weeks that you guys are about to embark on, this is where we become finishers. This is where we finish what we started. It's like imagine Tom Brady, right? So Tom Brady, the best quarterback who's ever played the game. They get the ball, they're playing football. He takes his team, they start driving down the field. Now, what's the point in driving down the field?
To the goal and the touchdown.
To
Get to
score.
the end zone, to get to the goal, to get the touchdown, right? To score. That is the goal. So let's just say Brady, they advance the ball to the 50-yard line. And then all of a sudden they get down the 50, it's first down, and he looks at the team and he says, all right, boys, we've done enough. Let's hit the lockers. And they march off the field and go to the locker room. Now, I know you guys are like, oh, that would never happen. How many of you guys have never seen a football team do that? Anybody ever seen a football team do that? Anybody ever witnessed this? They march down the field, they get to the 50-yard line and they say, we've done enough. Good enough. We got to the 50-yard line. Yeah. Nobody's ever done that. Why? Because the goal is not to get to the 50-yard line. The goal is to get to the end zone. The goal is to score. The goal is to cross the pigskin across the goal line. That is the goal. And unless they're doing that, the entire drive was a waste. They have to punt and give the ball back to the other freaking team. And so, listen, what you guys have done is amazing. Man, I hear your numbers and is it inspiring? It is shocking. It is like, wow, they did what? But this is the moment where we literally go back to work. We pause for a brief moment. We do a micro celebration, and then back eye on the prize. And we don't let up. Brady, when does he stop driving his team down the field? At what point?
When they reach the goal, they stop.
They don't, you mean they don't stop on the 20-yard line? They don't stop when they get to the 30, the 40, the 20. What about the 1? They don't stop. They keep going until they get to the goal line, until they get to the end zone, until they cross the goal and they score. That is when they stop driving. And think about it. Those guys, they get in their football stance and they are like driving. Do they just get out there and stand there and hope to get it in? Pray to get it in? No, these guys are freaking, getting concussions, ribs knocked out. Like they are putting blood, sweat, tears into getting that ball across the end zone. And so it is really being, and that doesn't happen by chance. That happens by choice. Finishing strong is an intention. It comes with a decision that I will. There's one last thing I want to ask you, and I want to end with this. Because this has been public for you guys. And this has been on YouTube every single week. And I know for many of you, just 13, 14, 15, 16 weeks ago, you never thought you would even be a part of something like this, that you would do something like this. And so and maybe you know it or maybe you don't know it, but one of the things that happens when you take control of your life and you make yourself a priority, you stop accepting these low standards, if you will, or you stop accepting less than your best. When you stop letting life derail your goals, is you start to become an inspiration. You start to become somebody that people are inspired by. But then sometimes this other thing happens. People start to think you're special. And they start to think, oh, you know, Crystal, of course, she's always been into health. Of course, she can do this. Aisha, you know, she's just a high performer. She does whatever she sets her mind to. I mean, Jen, she's like a statistic freak. I mean, she just figures it all out with her spreadsheets. I mean, Melissa, Melissa's just good at, you know, the stuff she does. And people start to justify why you could and why they couldn't. And so this last thing I want to do is I want you to talk to the person who has followed your journey. The person who has watched you before their eyes transform and somehow thinks you're different than them.
It's worth the work. It's transforming, and anybody can do it if you're willing to put in the work. And I'm so glad that I dropped my excuses, and I'm so glad that I said I'm ready to follow directions because what I'm doing is not working.
You can do it. No matter what physical limitation, no matter what struggles you've been through, this challenge, this program, these step-by-step instructions and the group of accountability that you have with you, you can do it. So if you don't believe in yourself, know that I believe in you more.
You are worth it because there is a fierce greatness in you.
Trust in the program, even though like you've done 1,000 programs or tried a million different ways. This one is just the accountability. The whole package is just completely different. And I came in with the mindset of, yeah, if I lose 10 pounds, I'll be happy. And just following the steps, one foot in front of the next, will get you the results that you want. And now it's just a matter of finishing it for me and going to the goal line and just continuing the steps.
So I've watched Carmen and others like her for years, just not thinking that I could do what they've done. And now I know that I can do what they've done. I will do what they've done. And I've had so many failures. So don't let all those past failures determine, your future success, because I've failed so many times at weight loss. I've failed so many times at taking care of my body. And now with this accountability, the accountability has been the biggest thing for me. So with this accountability, I know and I will hit my goals.
You're watching this right now because you know that you need a change. And this is your first chance to take control of that change. It's up to you. It's your choice right now. Is this, what we're doing right now, going to be just another drop in your bucket? Or are you going to make the choice and just reap in the abundance of the overflow that is possible through this program? It's take that step. Just take that leap. Abundance overflowing.
Listen, I don't know. All I know is I've gained and lost 100 pounds 3 different times in my life, and never, ever, ever, ever have I been plugged into something that is so stupid simple that literally my 8-year-old kid can do it with me. And who knew it was that simple? I mean, who knew? And then to do it with other people that are doing it also alongside of you, and watch and learn from someone who's doing it and has been doing it for years and years and years. It's just that simple. So I don't know what you're waiting for. What's the problem?
Look, I felt the same way as you do now. I have been through so many programs, so many efforts, so many feelings of guilt and shame over this, and feelings of failure. And, our bodies were designed to heal themselves when they have what they need. Physically, mentally, spiritually, this program has all of the ingredients that you need to succeed.
You're thinking that I'm special. You're right, I am. There's only one reason why, though. It's because I decided to humble myself under the leadership of someone who knows what they're doing and who has success and will not accept failure as an option for you. And if you follow directions and you humble yourself under this person that I tried to get to lose weight many, many years ago because I didn't have that much weight to lose, you also can get the same results.
What if you could be unstuck? What if everything that you've been doing, it hasn't worked? You've been on that treadmill for such a long time and just not really getting the success that you really wanted to get, or the success is short-lived. What if you had the power in you to really change your life, but you really believed it this time? You really believed it and you put the work in. Imagine how your life can change, and imagine how that one thing that you've been trying to fix for so long, you don't even need to worry about it anymore. So it's really up to you. My success came because I followed the process. And it's really literally that simple. Imagine if you became unstuck. From season 4, who we have spent 12 weeks together finding out who we are, and really figuring out how we can be winners, and how we are in charge of changing our life. We're excited to welcome season 5. We're excited for your success. We're excited to be there to support you through this process every step of the way. You are not alone. You're not alone because you have your teammates in season 5, but you also have these amazing mentors in season 4 who have been through it, who have cried about it, who have quit and came back, who have lost the weight, who have gained a little bit of weight, but not that much, but got back on the horse. So we did it, and we know that you can do it. And we want to see you go further than what we accomplished, because we believe in you. So season 5, we want you to rock this, and we want you to lose more weight than we've lost, and we know you can do it.